Hey guys, Kayla with Tactical Response, and I have a couple of alumni that just finished up the immediate action medical class. So if they want to talk any on that, they can. But the purpose of the podcast was converting people. We
Make them believers.
make them believers. We started out, got Al here on my left and James on my right. And it is no secret that my favorite tourniquet is the rats. It does not mean that there are not other really cool tourniquets out there. We actually were playing with one that I picked up at SHOT today, like a ratchet style tourniquet. But I'm a mom.
You broke a nail.
Yeah, I broke the hell out of a nail.
Broke the hell out of a nail.
Like he's making it seem funny with the broken nail. It didn't just break my nail. It like ripped my fingernail down halfway into the nail bed.
I mean, it was good and secure.
Right.
Yeah, it was tight.
But Al in particular, like if you don't mind running us through, you told me about the bootlace thing. So walk us through what happened and what you did.
We just had a guy that had a chainsaw accident, and basically there was no first aid. I carry a kit, and I have the cats, I guess, and wasn't anywhere near it. That means you got to keep it on your body, keep it close. Big thing. Tourniquets don't work if you don't have them in your hand or you're on your body. So I tried that. It's simple enough. There's a little things that slow you down, the Velcro a little bit, kind of fighting against the material a little bit. And then she showed me one of the rats. It's a no-brainer. I mean, will I get rid of the cats? No, I'll keep them, but
They're great tourniquets.
They're great tourniquets, and they work, but the rat, it's a done deal, and you can really cut the blood off.
So I've got James here. He is also a medical professional. You'll have to get a little bit closer to... he's also a medical professional. Were we completely cutting off blood flow with the cats or the rats or any of the tourniquets that we were using?
Yes, we were absolutely cutting off the blood flow.
Did it change any when we switched to the elastic style tourniquet?
It did not. Most any tourniquet, when applied properly, will cut off blood flow. The question starts to become, is this compact enough that I'm going to carry it on my body every day? Like Al said, if it's not on you, it's worthless. It's imaginary. If it's not on your body, it is imaginary. And with the rats, they carry really well. I've been using tourniquets since 2004. So I was a military medic, and I was in around the era when the cats first started to come in. Like, not everybody carried them, but they were starting to be a thing that was approved that we were using. And I loved them, and I still love them. They're great tourniquets, but I carry like a really thin medical pouch on me, and there's kind of no way that I'm going to fit two cats in there, because I always carry two tourniquets, because if one is none, right? Two is one is none. Always carry two tourniquets if you can. But I could not fit two cats in my bag, plus a chest seal, plus all the other stuff that I would want to have to treat life-threatening injuries. So for me, I became aware of the cats about 4 years ago from a friend of mine who was an alumni at the time. Got turned on to them by...
I've been defending the rats tourniquet.
And I do my research looking on Amazon and just talking to people. I mean, I'm a tourniquet rookie, so... And I go by what everybody kind of recommends the best, and I read. But, yeah, the rat. Don't get rid of the cats.
Don't
the
get
rat.
rid of cats, but the rats work very, very well. And I feel like they are a very intuitive use tourniquet, too, because you're just like, put the thing through the thing, pull the thing, cleat the thing. Like, you're not having to be like, okay, how many times should I turn the windlass? I'm like, turn it till the blood stops. But there is no question of mechanically how should this device operate. So I feel like if you are teaching somebody to use tourniquets too, that it is a much more teachable skill. It's easier to teach people. Like anybody that comes to my house, I'm like, well, if you come to my house and I invite you in, I care about you. If I care about you, I'm going to teach you how to use a tourniquet. And I keep both in my training pack. And I will say, going for people who are not into this lifestyle, who have no medical training whatsoever, that the learning curve on a cat's is much quicker, and people just
Cat.
or sorry, on a rat.
Okay.
On a rat, sorry.
It could. I just wanted to
You
clarify.
can look at it and figure it out.
Acronyms
Right.
on a rapid tourniquet is much quicker than the learning curve on a cat's tourniquet. And it's just like, it just was. Everybody that I handed both and had do both told me they're like, I feel like I understood how to use the rapid tourniquet better and get a tighter occlusion with the rapid than I did with the cat. So those are things to consider. And like, as Kayla's preached many times, you can use rapid tourniquets on children, on pets, on all of that stuff, where cats kind of have some limitations.
Kat brought up, or Kayla, she had a really good point about the cats, and she pointed that out to me. I mean, I have a little 5-year-old grandson. His name's Malcolm, and when we pulled that cat's as tight as it would go, there was nothing there to twist. I mean, his little arm, there's no way. So the rats, it's the way to go.
Where do cats shine? Adult men. The reason that the Cats is so popular and is such a respected and badass tourniquet is because that is what they use in the military. Everybody in the military has large enough limbs that you can occlude it with a cat, with the Cat's tourniquet. It is an incredible tourniquet for lower extremities. On pretty much, like my 8-year-old Gage, his legs are large enough now that I could use a Cat's tourniquet on his legs, not his arms, but I could get a good occlusion on his legs. But Gatlin, my 3-year-old, none of the above. But lower extremities and where you're putting more than one tourniquet on somebody, I think that the Cats, it stays, like, it's easier to do a double tourniquet on the leg because they've got to be touching each other. And one of the downfalls that I don't care about with the rapid tourniquet, or don't care for with the rapid tourniquets, is all of the tissue that you're pinching up in there. When you're putting more than one tourniquet on, it's difficult to make sure that you're not going to cause anything to get compartment syndrome, that you're not going to do anything like that. So there is a small learning curve with making sure that you're doing the snake-like pattern. Whenever you're putting it on quickly, it can, we see how easy things go awry.
Yeah.
When you have adrenaline or epinephrine coursing through your body,
Yep.
and you're not focused on making sure that you get that solid wrap all the way down, you're going to have issues. That is a user error, not a tourniquet error. If you use it as it's intended, then you don't have that. But I've seen, like, I've done it like that, and I've seen hundreds, if not thousands, of people use rapid tourniquets, and they almost all look like where's their skin poking out at different places, just because that's what people do.
Yeah, like I said, really,
The Cats has a wider band on it, but I'm sold. You pointed that out with me with the child, and like I say, I'll keep my Cats. I'll keep it in the car, but there's gonna be a rat in my pocket. I'll put the rat in my pocket and I'll carry it around.
I will say, yeah, that is where they're
Definitely. I mean, it's just that even messing with a little bit of Velcro on is a second here and a second there and a second,
He told me my phone was broken. Like, there's no way it took
Your
that
phone's
long.
broken. Yeah. I do everything by 5-minute intervals.
No, I will say, like, for me personally, like, the biggest appeal of the rapid tourniquet is that it is so compact, and I can put it either in a pocket or like in, like, I wear like a thin belly bag that, small, so like you can fold it up and fit it. And it's, like I said, the best piece of gear is the piece of gear that you will carry.
Right. And that was something that you and I were discussing. He has a bag, and he was like, I don't know what to take out, what to leave in. So we went over it together, And you have to find the balance. If it's going to be your everyday carry bag, you have to find the balance of a bag that is small enough that you are going to consistently carry it, but also contain everything you want it to have in there. And I've said it on YouTube videos. I say it in every single medical class I teach. If you can carry one thing, carry a tourniquet.
Tourniquet.
If you can carry two things, carry two tourniquets. And moving on from there, but
Right.
tourniquets are so important to have on you. And if you carry a gun and don't at least carry a tourniquet, you are wrong.
Absolutely.
You're wrong.
Absolutely.
The holes can be punched both ways.
Correct. I usually carry a bag, but the bag does me no good if I'm out of the truck. If I see something happening, I'm good. I can take the whole thing. But even if you have a first aid kit and you're running to help some guy that you think he sprained his ankle or he has a mild cut on his knee or something like that, you don't have a tourniquet on you. The Band-Aids ain't going to help. I mean, there's no use in having a first aid kit. You got to put a tourniquet in your first aid kit and you got to keep it on you. First thing out of the car.
Yeah, leaving people who say, I've got my med bag in the car or I've got my med bag at the house. Do you leave your gun there too?
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I have a real big holster. It's real nice.
Do you just leave that there? There is not enough time for you to be running and getting that stuff. And so kind of the point of this was you don't have to throw one tool away when you realize another tool works too.
Well, that's the thing too, is we carry what's convenient. We carry a pistol because it's convenient. I mean, a rifle is better.
It's superior.
Yeah, you can't carry a rifle with you, so you can have your big ass.
Can't's a big word.
Yeah. It's generally frowned upon when you're carrying your rifle around town. So my thing is build that big ass cool med bag. Fuck yeah. I have one.
Let that be your vehicle bag.
Build it, but you think of that like your rifle. That is your when I can get to it, I have it. But what am I going to carry on me every day? And that should be, like you said, at least one tourniquet, preferably two.
And for the love of God, please carry gloves.
Yeah.
Freaking gloves.
I became a freaking gloves carrying a chest seal on me after the fight.
If anybody wants to make $10 million, learn how to make some spray on. It's faster for some people. Trust me. I'm telling you.
So a little diversion when dealing with gloves. Fit is so important. When I was working at the jail, you had 5 minutes from the time the call went out on the radio until you had hands on the patient. And I did not, and no matter where I was nursing, I didn't touch patients that may have blood or something on them without gloves. It's a no-go for me. No glove, no love. And I got really good at putting gloves on with running. Putting gloves on is a skill.
Yes.
It is a skill.
It can take 5 minutes sometimes.
If you do not practice it, you're not going to rise to the occasion. You are going to pop them. You're going to lose them. And then eventually you're probably just going to say, fuck it, and not wear them and expose yourself to some diseases. So please practice the skill of putting gloves on and taking them off. I showed you how to do it in a video.
Hand sex. That's what it is. Safe hand sex, if you think about it.
I mean, I'm going to go one further and say, even for people who are in the health industry and glove up all the time, I'd say try running on your treadmill or doing your cardio and then hopping off immediately and trying to put a set of gloves on when you're sweaty, when your heart rate's up, and see how good you are at putting gloves on underneath a stress situation, because you're going to be surprised.
Or you can do like I did, just leave them on. Just go through life with your blue gloves on.
But no, putting them on and taking them off is a skill. Fit is the most important thing about how easy it is to do it after practice. So I am a medium glove, small for IVs and blood draws, and that's just so that I can feel better with this finger. If there's when you're feeling for veins, you have to really be able to tell small differences in the feel of something. So the tight glove helps with that. But for everything else, I wear mediums. Large is too big and gets tangled up. If I try to put a tourniquet on with large gloves on, I always rip the fingers off of them.
Oh yeah.
Tie your finger right into the tourniquet.
And I'm like, ah.
They should use me for research and development. I want a pair like Iron Man. You go like that, and then hold your hand covers up. That's what I want.
So, please just wear gloves.
Wear gloves.
Carry a tourniquet and wear gloves.
Carry a tourniquet.
But the tourniquets that we expose you to here, everybody likes to shit talk from the internet. I've never had somebody come through a class here and be like, nope, the rats or the rapid tourniquet still doesn't work. I've had plenty of people say, that is a solid tourniquet. I'm still going to carry my cats though. That is fine. The cats is a completely acceptable tourniquet to carry. I am a mother of 3 small kids. If my favorite tourniquet wasn't one that could save their life, I'd be a shitty mom.
I mean, both can exist in the same world.
Right.
Just because you bought yourself a Glock doesn't mean you're not going to buy yourself another handgun. You can have two.
A second Glock.
Second Glock.
No, or a shield or
Right.
like a cannon.
I could always use another shotgun.
Yeah,
Always.
I feel like so often, especially on the internet, because everybody likes to yell super loud about everything there, that people have this mindset or view of binaries, just because one is good, it means everything else is shit, and that is highly not the case. It's the piece of gear that you are most proficient with, the piece of gear that you will carry, and you can have multiple pieces of gear that do the same thing depending on the situation that you are in.
Secret time, I carry cat tourniquets too.
All right.
That's what's in my big med bag.
I have the rapid tourniquets and the cat's tourniquets in my vehicle med bags, even in the pediatric ones, because like I said, Gage and Emmeline are both old enough now that the cat's tourniquet will work on their legs. So.
And Kayla pointed out before too, I mean, it's just, you got to picture that person, that loved one in your life, your wife, your child, your kid, my grandson, my son. I want it to work. End of story. I mean, I don't want to have to be finger fucking around with Velcro, and it's just done. It's a done deal, and you can move on to something else. Get the tourniquet on, and then assess, see what you got to do. I was losing time initially with the tourniquet until I tried the rat, and gloves. Fuck gloves.
He's like, I'm only going to save people. I don't mind catching a shot.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. But if it's my grandson's blood, I might skip the gloves.
So, and that's the thing. We are humans. We understand that there's a difference between the known and the unknown. If you regularly share DNA with somebody, or you don't mind risking it for that person, I don't regularly share DNA with my mother. I might not put on gloves if I'm doing something with my mom. I don't think she's got anything. But let's say, because people associate, communicable diseases with scumbags. You don't have to be a scumbag to have these diseases.
Right.
You can get I have an uncle that works as in environmental services at the hospital, so he does the janitorial work there, cleans up surgery suites. He got something from that. He got a needle stick. My husband working at the hospital, he gets exposure to stuff all the time. I don't know how many rounds of prophylactic antibiotics that man has been on to avoid stuff. Working at the jail.
Prophylactic antibiotics? What's that?
For things like HIV, Hep C, things you're exposed to.
I mean, I knew what prophylactic was, but what was it?
Prophylactic antibiotics.
Okay.
But he has multiple treatments of that. So, there are people that I'm willing to risk it for.
Yep. Sure.
There are people that I'm not.
I feel like this is a whole you have been informed, make your own choice kind of situation. Yep.
But I'm asking you, please wear gloves.
Wear your gloves. Practice.
If it's not somebody that you would die for, wear your gloves, because not wearing gloves can cause really bad things.
Put them on in the morning and wear them all day. That way you don't have to fuck with them.
Your hands are not going to get
Your hands.
at all.
No, don't worry about wet hands.
Anything you want to say about the class, Al?
You come in prepared for something, the basics that you know. Take the class, make your own judgment. I mean, and you'll see it. It's a very slow progression through the day. You'll see what you need, what you might not need. If you got a big bag, pack it full, but plenty of tourniquets. I mean, it doesn't work if it's not on you. I mean, you can rush to the scene of an accident. You could be there the only one to help, but if you don't have a tourniquet, you're dealing with people that are going to die. There's a very good possibility. And keep your head up. Keep your head up and look around, all right? But my suggestion is wear the fucking gloves all day long. Fuck it. Because people like me with like 6 thumbs and they're all on the wrong foot, yeah.
James, anything?
Great class, though. Great class. Very great and good instructor. James, yeah, he'd be on my team. He's a good guy.
I'm going to say, coming at this from somebody who has worked in healthcare pretty much my whole adult life with a background as a medic, actually, and would teach classes similar to this, the Combat Lifesaver class. I still got a lot out of this class. It definitely...
And you could see that, too.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew you well enough that you were definitely making modifications in your head. I saw that, so.
So for me, like, it was definitely a good class to take because it gives you the chance to run your scenarios and test what you already think you know, in a safer environment than actually flinging yourself into every situation that happens. And it is also something, as if you feel knowledgeable on this, you feel solid on it, like, that's great. Like, come here, do the class, get the reps. And I think what you're really going to get out of it as somebody who has, like, if you have a lot of experience in this, is you're going to see how other people that do not do this as often react. And it will give you ideas on how to, like, you might be the most experienced person and that puts you in the team lead. So you have to figure out what it's going to look like, how to talk to people, how you're going to step up, how you're going to lead the situation. And, like, if you have somebody on a team and they're standing there, it gives you the chance to be like, okay, I see this person needs to be doing this because I need it done and I am here. And it starts to force you to flesh out outside of yourself and be like, okay, everybody around me that is not injured is currently an asset. And so I feel like that was my biggest thing, is I think I said that, like, I have the problem of, like, I go into island mode. I'm like, it is me. I only have me.
Yeah.
I am doing the thing. But, like, just keeping aware of your walking wounded after you treat them can be a resource, like an asset, like taking a big pile of shit, finding the assets in it, and, like, making it work for you to get everybody out alive if you can.
Very good.
I just wanted real quick to compliment both of them on how great at being a student they were.
Thanks.
Like, you take somebody who you have experience in the Marine Corps, you do a very masculine job.
I've done quite a few courses here, so you have got to need knowing the people, having a great teacher, a professor. Yeah, that's the way to go.
And
I mean, don't ever think you know it all.
Right. And James, he was actually primary medic for this class because he has more experience than I do with this stuff, and he still listened, took me seriously, respected. Like, we had discussions about stuff, and it both of them just very, very wonderful students to have in class.
Cool.
Thank you.
So,
Well, thanks, man. Yeah, she's pretty cool. Yeah, she's a good instructor.
but guys, that is wrapping it up for us.
Cool.
I don't care what tourniquet you carry, as long as it is one that works, and that includes both the CATs and the rapid tourniquets.
Exactly.
And please,
And train with whatever it is.
yes, train. That was one of our complaints about the ratchet style tourniquet, is it was so difficult to remove. I was like, man, this is gonna suck to train with. I want that in my tourniquet for like game time.
Incredibly solidly secured.
It's super like game time tourniquet. I would use it today. Training with it, I'm like, damn, I'd like
She broke a nail.
Even after you
He
release,
took off out of here running.
once the ratchet is released, that thing is still
Oh yeah,
on you.
but something went flying. I know I saw something go flying. I don't think it was very long. I think it was a piece of plastic, but
I don't know. It's the tourniquet still worked just fine after that.
there were no missing pieces on the tourniquet. There was missing pieces off my thumb.
carry a pair of scissors too.
Alrighty, guys. Please carry a tourniquet, wear gloves if you're treating an unknown, and remember your responsibility to be ready for the fight never ends.
Hey, have a good one.